Hey, what's going on YouTube? Sneakertube.tv, Twitter, sneakerplay.com. It's your man Air Jordan 14 back with a new video. It's a performance review. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. And today's shoe is the Nike Zoom Hyperfuse 2011 in the college navy Amrll-Unvrsty red Amrll-Unvrsty red colorway. Alright. And the Hyperfuse, the 2011, built on last year's Zoom Hyperfuse, which was a very, very good shoe, and that I did review. So if you hadn't seen that, be sure to check that out. And my question going into it was, could they improve on an already good shoe? And let's go ahead and get into it. Now, take this paper out. As always, I like to start with the inner of the shoe, because, as I always say on the video, it doesn't matter how good the fit, the traction, the cushioning, the support, all that is, but if the shoe is uncomfortable to wear, then none of those matter. Now, I don't know if it'll show up here, and hopefully it does. As you can see here, it's made up of a pretty smooth material, and the tongue here is kind of integrated into the inner, and it forms not quite a booty, but it is just integrated into the inner. And I didn't really have any problems as far as raised seams or anything. I might caution, this could just be an issue with me and my foot. I don't know. Let me see if I can show you. If you can see right there how that tongue curls up, because it's kind of thin. A couple times I did experience a few moments of discomfort. So, to avoid that, you may want to wear, maybe quarter socks or something like that. Just to avoid that. But like I said, that could have just been an issue with me. But other than that, as far as any raised seams within the inner or anything like that causing that type of discomfort, I didn't have any such issues. Alright, so moving to the bottom here, as you can see, this is fairly similar to last year's, to the 2010 Hyperfuse. As you can see, it's virtually identical. So, with that being said, you continue to have the same fairly high level of traction, and I played in these in several courts, some of them rather clean, some of them dusty. Didn't experience any slippage or anything like that, or making a cut, or playing defense or anything like that. All in all, the traction on the shoe was extremely good. I like that they continued to kind of keep things simple with as you can see, a traditional herringbone pattern here, and then like an enlarged pattern around here in the heel area. And then, of course, you've got these flex channels here to help the shoe more flex naturally, which it did feel, in terms of that, it did feel rather natural underfoot. But in terms of the traction and everything, it was very, very good. So, and actually, I don't even remember even wiping my shoes that much in terms of that. So, kudos to Nike for that. Now, moving on up to the upper here. Of course, the upper is constructed, using the Fuse technology, which a real brief explanation of that is where they take 3 layers and bond it together, which is kind of different rather than the traditional method of stitching and sewing, overlays and things of that nature, and it cuts down on the weight which was the goal of Nike basketball going into the shoe, and also creates a durable sneaker as well. Because I don't know how well, hopefully it's showing up. I have played in these for a few weeks prior to me doing this video, and like I said, I don't tiptoe around the perimeter, okay? And as you can see, the shoe is held up actually very well. So it is very durable, holds up to wear very well, and it's actually lightweight. This weighs in at only 13.4 ounces, so it's definitely not a heavyweight. As you can see here, you've got some of these, you've got these mesh sections here on both the lateral and the medial and the lateral sides of the shoe here. The shoe is fairly breathable. I will say that it is not as breathable as something like the Air Max Flyby, which is one of the most breathable shoes I've ever worn. But it definitely, after wearing it, I didn't have to wring my socks out or anything like that. As far as holding heat in, something along the line of say a LeBron 8 or the V1, which was a very hot shoe in terms of retaining heat and moisture. Didn't have that issue on these. So, you know, if you had athlete's foot or something like that, there's enough air that is permitted to flow through the shoe on both sides to kind of keep the area ventilated. Now, moving into the fit of the shoe, I'm going to start kind of with the forefoot and work my way back. I guess one of the things is the fit as far as the forefoot was very good. I didn't have any side-to-side movement at the forefoot in terms of any movement or everything. The lacing system, which I'm going to get to in a minute, in terms of that, does a very good job of holding that particular area of your foot now. Now, moving back to the heel, I'm going to say this. When I first started testing this shoe, the fit at the heel was among the worst I have experienced in a long time. I got a lot of heel slip. I mean, noticeably, it was definitely very perceptible, and I was very surprised considering how good it was on the 2010. And what I've learned in doing this is, you know, never to judge right away. Now, I will say this: over the course of subsequent wearings, it did improve dramatically. However, it was not quite to the point of last year's, which was a slight disappointment. And from what I've seen in comparing the two, is, I'm going to try to see what you can tell. There's a little more padding here on the 2010, particularly right here around your malleoli bone, that ankle, the bone that protrudes on your ankle. Right here as well, and then slightly along the back here. Now, on the 2011, it may not look, but it is substantially, the padding is substantially thinner here, and then from what I've been able to tell, it seems like I don't want to say that the heel counter feels not quite as robust as in the 2010, and for whatever reason, I mean, once the foam heated up and broke in a little more, the fit did get a little bit better, but it wasn't quite as much of a lockdown fit at the heel as I would have liked. And I tried everything. I tried lacing the shoes up very tight, and which brings me to that point. Now, so the lacing does a good job, but in order for me to try to compensate for trying to get a better fit at the heel, I was forced to tie the shoe very tight, tighter than I normally do. I lace them up all the way and pretty tight. But I had to try to do that in order to get a better fit at the heel. And it kind of led to a rather restrictive fit, particularly right across the top of your instep here. Almost, not quite a cast-like fit, but it was very tight, and I had to try to loosen it up, and it was kind of a game that I had to play in order to get that. But again, I do want to reiterate, it did get better with subsequent wearing. So if you're going out to get the 2011 Hyperfuse and it starts off with a really bad fit at the heel, it will get better. And probably if you do wear something like an external ankle brace, the extra material back there will probably help to alleviate that somewhat. But if you play with your ankles naked other than socks, like I do, that could be a slight problem. I mean, not as bad in, say, a LeBron 7, but definitely I wasn't expecting that. So heads up on that. Now, moving, I'm kind of going out of order here, but moving along to the, and one other thing I do want to say about the fit here before I move on. Like I said, the Fuse upper, in terms of, with the exception slightly of at the heel, the upper does a great job. And one of the things that I do like is this Phylon wing, which does, in my experience, it definitely helps keep your foot down on the footbed, and that was one of the factors that really helped the fit of the shoe. In terms of the lacing system, and then right around the midfoot, had a really, really good fit there. Now, the moving down, I guess I'm going to have to turn the show over. The cushioning is via 2 Zoom Air units in the forefoot and the heel, and I'm a big fan of Zoom Air. Love the low profile, responsive, cushioning that Zoom Air provides. And in the 2011, that was the only thing I would have liked to have it in the front and in the back. And that problem was alleviated here on the 2011 Hyperfuse. The cushioning on these was excellent. In conjunction with the midsole, it was great. It's going to give you a great ride. In terms of cushioning feel, and said I didn't experience any bottoming out. It felt really, really good the entire time that I had them. So I guess in wrapping up, I want to say the Hyperfuse, honestly, I would recommend it from 1s to maybe even smaller 4s. Those who play a more active game, slashing out on the perimeter and things of that nature. This is definitely a shoe I would recommend. It's, as I've already discussed, it's fairly lightweight. It's got a good fit, very good support, which I forgot to actually leave out. I guess I kind of touched on it with the lacing issues. Not really an issue. But in terms of ankle support, of course, it's very good. And with these dual lateral outriggers right here, hopefully you can see it right there and there. The shoe feels actually very stable. I didn't have any problems with the shoe wanting to roll over or tip over on any hard cuts or anything of that nature. I would have given it a total 100% in that area if it wasn't for that slight heel issue. But, like I said, in closing, in wrapping up, like I said, 1 through 4, you should love this shoe. It's lightweight, very well cushioned, actually very good fit throughout. Like I said, the aforementioned heel issue will definitely go away with subsequent wearings. So, if you're looking for a shoe to get you through the season, this is definitely one I would definitely recommend. I actually have enjoyed my time in the Zoom Hyperfuse 2011. So Leo Chang and the guys out there at Nike Basketball definitely have another hit here. I hope with the 2012, and I've seen some pictures of that. Hopefully, the issue, the fit at the heel can be alleviated. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video because it's running a little bit long. Some other reviews coming. Definitely let me know what shoes you would like to see me review. So, be sure to hit me on the inbox or the comments, and we'll try to get those done. So definitely the donations and whatnot are assisting with me doing more and more reviews, because there's a lot of stuff that I really want to review. So definitely, continue to support. And before I get out, I want to give a shout out to Shoeboy of the 757, one of new subscribers. Definitely appreciate that. Hit me up, asked me to give him a shout out. So definitely appreciate you checking out the channel. Hope you're enjoying it. And this is Air Jordan 14 signing off here, wishing everyone happy kicks. And before we sign off, we pay our respects, and I'll catch everyone later.